Now we're going to go over the dojo changes, and we'll go through these one by one, the first of which says you can now rename each dojo room in the room options menu. And what does this mean? For me, this is utterly fantastic, and it's something I've wanted for quite a while. It means that when you walk into a room, the pop-up message on your UI that tells you that you've walked into an Inspiration Hall or the Crimson Branch, for example, you can change what that says to actually label your fucking room, and this is just utterly fantastic. The next two are more grammatical technicalities rather than any actual change. They say that they changed the research button text from start research to start project, and then they changed the dependencies pop-up to prerequisites instead. Now when you go to click on one of those prerequisites that will be displayed on a clan research project, it will actually take you to that research and you can start researching it immediately rather than scrolling through to find it in case you didn't know where it was to begin with. The dojo bell decoration now has its own sound slider. This is actually kind of nice. I didn't understand why it was tied to music in the game, but now it has its own thing. Transporters can now be renamed. This functions the exact same as editing a finished tributa. You simply hit 2 and it will give you the option to do so. However, unfortunately at this time, as soon as you finish the process, it will yeet your teleporter out of existence. It's still in the room somewhere, but you have to go out of bounds in order to find it, so please do not do this until you see a hotfix saying that this was patched. Now this next little bit is for custom obstacle courses and people who are interested in that, but they disabled Warframe passives entirely for dojo obstacle courses, and then they also disabled the several seconds of invulnerability that you get when you enter the course private instance. If people decide to question why this was a thing, you need to remember that the laser trap, for example, is supposed to knock you out immediately and set you back to the beginning of the course if you're doing a custom obstacle course. However, Wukong has a passive that gives him 3 lives, so he can literally just bullet jump through in some scenarios. Not that Wukong is a great speedrunning frame, but it was being used to cheat. And then we will go over the fixes, the first of which is that dojo decorations that had long names were getting the names cut off in the screen, and then decorations like the Natural Vallis decorations, if you scaled them up or down, they would only become incredibly large, and then they wouldn't get smaller again. It was kind of nuts. It made some of these decorations unusable. Thankfully that's fixed. They fixed a bug where if you were moving a large decoration, unless you had your camera turned to look right at the anchor point, it wouldn't actually move. It was kind of annoying. This is one that the custom course designers will really love. The boundary trap decoration was not scaling the actual hitbox for the trap when the size was changed. However, this functions as it should now, and there aren't holes. I know a few people who are going to shit their pants over this one, but Tributa statues will no longer default to white light when you attempt to move them around. And then lastly, big thanks to Dr. Lego for reporting this one, but the Sawgoth Loof variants would appear as one and the same in the dojo, and this is no longer an issue.